iOS 10 Ultimatum. It is a brand new jailbreak theme for DreamBoard that allows you to infuse the elements of OS 10 with iOS. Now, you guys might remember a previous theme called OS 10 Lion Ultimatum. The original developer of that theme is involved with this theme, and it's inspired, as you can see, by OS 10, just like the original theme. So let's go through this. I'm going to show you some of the features of iOS 10 Ultimatum. This is a DreamBoard theme. You do need a jailbroken device in order to use this, but as you'll no doubt come to appreciate, a lot of work and a lot of effort has been placed into designing this OS 10 inspired theme for the iPhone. So we're going to show you right now. I'm going to launch iOS 10 just like that, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the desktop or the home screen. If you swipe to the right, you'll see your dashboard, which contains your widgets like Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and your weather. Now, all these are web widgets, so you actually have to log in from the web interface to access those. And the same thing goes with the weather. You have to put in a zip code. It doesn't use location services. Now you can see the Finder is basically a list of all your apps. You have, of course, the Mac App Store, which goes to the iOS App Store. You have email, you have Safari. And another thing I really appreciate about this theme is the badges. It's nice attention to detail there with those app badges denoting some action that needs to be taken for those individual apps. Now, one issue that I have with this theme is the touch sensitivity. The buttons are so small, the menus are so small that it's kind of hard to activate those folders at the top, as you see here, by touching them. So it takes a little tinkering, a little playing around to get that right. Now, another feature in here is that you can actually rename the folders. Now, obviously you can rename folders, normally on iOS, that's no big deal. But the thing about this is that the menu at the top will actually reflect the change of your rename once you refresh your folders. I'll show you how to do that, the refreshing, a little bit later. But for right now, we're going to just name this Stuff. You see it's still named Cydia in the menu bar, but it's Stuff in the actual folder. And I'm tapping and tapping, and there we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So yeah, that's a little difficult. Now, if you hit the trash can, you get all these other options here. There are tons of options. You can, for instance, add a weather widget to the home screen just by tapping there. You see the weather widget behind the menu there. So I don't really want that right now. So let's uncheck that. And you also have options down below to toggle which apps that you use in your dock. For instance, if I want to use Safari, I tap Safari. If I want to use Google Chrome, I tap Chrome. I can switch between Apple Mail and Sparrow Mail. I can switch between iMessage, Byte SMS, and WhatsApp. So you just toggle them and they reflect the changes below, as you see. Now, obviously, for someone like me with a history of being addicted to Google Chrome, then this is a welcomed addition. This is a welcome feature for iOS 10 Ultimatum. As you see, there's also a provision to change your wallpaper up if you want to do that. And one last thing I want to mention here, remember that menu at the top that we changed to Stuff, where it says Cydia right now? If I tap refresh folder names, notice it updates that menu bar, and then I have Stuff there, which I renamed earlier. So that's just something to keep in mind if you ever want to rename those folders. Now, if you go into edit mode, you can edit your home screen and you can edit folders. So hopefully I can get that open. There we go. I can open up my favorites, which is the Apple menu, and add favorites in there. I can open up any of these other folders and add different apps in there if I want to, or remove them if I'd like. So it's not the most intuitive method to go about adding and removing app icons, but that's just how DreamBoard works. So you can't really fault the theme for that. Again, this is called iOS 10 Ultimatum. It is inspired by, of course, Mac OS 10, and also inspired by its predecessor, OS 10 Lion Ultimatum, which was a DreamBoard theme that we reviewed a while back. It was insanely popular, and I have a feeling that this one's going to be popular as well. It's a beautiful theme. The only issue I have with it is some of the touch sensitivity that's kind of annoying. But if you're a themer, if you love DreamBoard, then you definitely are going to want to check this one out. You can find it on the Mod My Eye forums. We'll have a link below in the description for $2. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.